have no sense. You don't have to do sales.
I was removed from sales after that one comment from Numata. I kept on insisting that it was a joke, but it was no use. After I started getting work as a deposit agent, I started to look out of the window every day and wonder if the work I was doing was really right. I'm Kureshima Togo. I've been in the sales department for many years and have developed numerous business partners as a salesperson, bringing in a large amount of profit for the company. However, my efforts and achievements were never recognized by my boss, Numata Kenzo. This man became my boss only recently. Numata stole credit for my work as his own achievements, flattered the higher-ups, and used me as a stepping stone to become a boss. And he finally got rid of me from sales and took away all of my contracts.
Handover documents? No need. They'll understand if they read the documents.
Numata repeatedly spoke and acted in a way that looked down on me. I, who was supposed to be an indispensable presence in the company, had become nothing more than a nuisance in Numata's eyes. That day, Numata ordered me to do some paperwork. He pointed at a cardboard box on his desk and coldly told me,
"This paperwork is trash, so you can put it all through the shredder."
The cardboard box contained the handover documents I had created. This was clear harassment from Numata towards me.
"You're not worthy to be my subordinate. You're just a burden. If you want to resign, go ahead."
I felt as if my own existence had been denied by Numata's cold and sarcastic words. Anger and humiliation filled my heart. I made a decision in my heart. I can't take it anymore. I'm quitting. When I showed the resignation form, Numata gave a sarcastic smile.
"You finally turned it in, huh? Seems like you finally found your place."
Thank you for everything. I've been feeling drained since I resigned, so I'd been spending my time doing things like cleaning the room. I knew I had to take the first step, but I couldn't. The phone call from my junior, Sawamura Kaito, was exactly what I needed to take that first step. My phone suddenly started ringing, so I took it out and looked at the screen. The name displayed was Sawamura Kaito. "It's been a while, senpai," Kaito said in a youthful voice. My junior colleague Kaito has a cheerful and energetic personality, and he's always there to cheer me up. "It hasn't been that long since we last saw each other. Is something up?" "It's already been a week since you left. Oh, that's right. My friend's company has an open job. Would you be willing to help out?" What? Kaito must be worried about me. Thanks, Kaito. But are you sure it's okay with you? I asked you because I know about your achievements. I'd been feeling down until now, but Kaito's words made me even more determined to accept this new challenge. Thanks. I'll accept the job. Thank you. I'll let the other party know. When the phone call ended, I felt a sense of relief. I felt that this job would be my next step. On the day of the interview, I couldn't hide my surprise at the grandeur of the hotel. The glass-walled entrance was decorated with luxurious ornaments, and the spacious lobby was spread out before me. The chic interior and glamorous lighting gave me the illusion that I had wandered into another world. This is the hotel where I'll be working? The person who asked Kaito to help with the work was the hotel manager, Uozumi Rino. From what Kaito told me, she's a smart and level-headed person with the leadership to bring an organization together.
Welcome. Can I help you?
My name is Kurishima Togo. I have an appointment for an interview with Uozumi Rino at 3 today.
I understand. Please wait a moment.
After I waited for a while, Uozumi Rino appeared. The way she walked through the hotel lobby was like cutting through the wind, and her posture was that of a professional. Even though we'd never met before, her presence was overwhelming.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Uozumi Rino. Are you the person who came for the interview?
Yes, I am. My name is Kurishima Togo. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. Then, let's get started with the interview.
I was led to the interview room. I guess Kaito had given them most of the information. The interview was just a simple Q&A session while looking at my resume.
So you were in the sales at your last job. What do you think about working as a receptionist here at this hotel?
I thought about it for a moment before answering. I think that reception work is a tough job that involves direct communication with customers. But it's also a job where you can respond to customers' requests and work to ensure that they can use the hotel comfortably.
So, if you were to work as a receptionist, how would you feel about it?
I was good at communicating with customers even in my sales job, so I think I'd enjoy reception work too. Uozumi looked satisfied with my answer.
Thank you. I am looking forward to your ambitious attitude. Please come in starting tomorrow. Could you sign this contract?
When I heard those words, my enthusiasm for my new job grew even more. The job that Uozumi had assigned me was as a receptionist, and the world of reception work was completely new to me.
My name is Miyano Sakura, and I work as a receptionist at the hotel. So, you are the new person who had been hired.
Sakura was smiling at the reception counter. Her calm atmosphere eased up my nerves. Yes, my name is Kurishima Togo, and I'll be working here from today. Sakura welcomed me with a friendly smile, and then carefully taught me the flow of reception work and the basic rules.
This job requires accurate responses to customers and the ability to make quick and appropriate decisions. I was a little worried at first, but once I got used to it, it's actually quite fun. If there's anything you don't understand, please don't hesitate to ask.
With Sakura's words of encouragement, I welcomed the start of my reception work. It was hard to learn the work, but even more than that, the condescending attitude of the people around me was a bit of an insult to me. Hey, I've seen that guy before. Isn't he the salesperson at that company? Why is he working at the reception desk? Maybe he got fired from his last job. Those cold stares and the things I overheard were like daggers to my heart. Hey, couldn't you have done something else? Reception work is easy. While I endured it in my heart, I tried to keep up with the work, straightening my back and working diligently.
Kurashima, can I have a word?
Yes, what is it?
What do you think of a welcome party for new employees? I'll treat you.
Her light-hearted question took me by surprise, but I was also filled with happiness. Of course I want to go! Even though it was called a welcome party for new employees, it was just me and Miyano. We were drinking alone in a bustling store.
Hey, Kurashima, this is delicious! Garlic chips!
No, I have to work tomorrow, so...
How about this then?
The snacks Miyano recommended were things like onion rings and blue cheese, which all leave a smell behind the next day. I took the menu away from her, and we toasted together.
Is the job hard?
Well, how is it for you?
It's tough. Reception work gets my feet all swollen up, and my face muscles get sore from smiling. And you can't go to the toilet, so I stop drinking water, and that makes my skin dry out, and I get pimples, and I can't get a boyfriend.
I was scared of her as she was spilling out her guts, and I decided to change the subject. What do you do to refresh on your days off?
I like to travel. Ever since I was little, I've always liked to go to places I've never been before, meet new people, and see the local culture.
That sounds nice. It sounds like you can relax.
Next time I go, I'll buy you a souvenir.
Miyano laughed. The next day...
Hey, how long do you have to keep me waiting? Don't you know the phrase, time is money?
I'm sorry. This procedure is taking a little longer than we expected. The customer standing in front of me looked dissatisfied. Seeing this, I felt my own inexperience. Then Miyano, who was standing next to me, smiled and called out to her.
I'm terribly sorry to keep you waiting. We're just about to process your request, so please wait a little longer.
With Miyano's help, I managed to get the procedure underway. Her precise advice and skill made me keenly aware of the complexity of reception work. As I stood at the reception counter at the end of the day, I was lost in thought about my job. Dealing with customers, managing reservations, responding to inquiries, all of these are the first points of contact with customers. You could say that reception work is the face of the hotel. I realized how important the reception work was, and how much of an impact my role had on the hotel's customer satisfaction. Alright, I'll do my best tomorrow too. The sunlight streaming in through the window was pouring down on the reception counter, and the hotel's reception work was being carried out as usual that day. However, today the other employees were looking at me strangely. They were sighing and saying, "He's got a bad expression." And I realized why this was happening today. The tall, foreign guest approached the reception counter. The other employees looked at him with expressions of curiosity and interest. They must have been imagining how I would react. "Excuse me, I have an appointment with Tanaka." The foreign guest spoke to me in fluent English. Perhaps it was because I was in Japan. I could tell that he was speaking slowly and clearly to me out of consideration. "Welcome. An appointment with Tanaka. I'll show you the way." At that moment, the other employees around us looked surprised. I think they were expecting me to make a mistake with the foreign customer. But I defied their expectations and showed the foreign customer around with a dignified attitude. The employees watching the scene were so flustered that it was almost amusing. Meanwhile, Miyano was talking to an old lady next to us.
I was invited to a delicious meal yesterday, thank you. If you come this way next time, please stop by and enjoy yourself.
I'm glad you enjoyed. If I ever go to Tochigi, I'll definitely come and visit you.
I'm sure it was in Japanese, but I have no idea what she was saying. I was more surprised by Miyano's ability. That day, I was engaged in my usual reception work, a job that requires flexibility, but I polished my skills day by day with my experience and past sales skills. Then suddenly, a visitor appeared. When I saw him, I felt a knot in my stomach. That person. Numata. The very person who had harassed me and made me determined to quit my job. "Welcome. How can I help you? While I was speaking politely, I was filled with hatred inside. Numata was glaring at me with a sarcastic expression.
I wondered where you went, but I never imagined you falling into such a low job.
I take pride in working here. The reception desk is an important role as the face of the hotel. Numata let out a sigh of exasperation with a look of contempt on his face.
You haven't changed at all. It's a job that suits a pathetic loser like you.
Excuse me, is there anything wrong?
I guess our exchange of words must have seemed like trouble. Miyano called out to us.
Well, I was thinking of using this hotel for my next business trip. It's quite nice.
Thank you.
Numata seemed pleased with himself and started to talk proudly, as if he no longer had any interest in me. When I looked at Miyano apologetically, she was giving me the thumbs up, as if to say, I got this, and I thanked her in my heart. In the evening, it was getting late, and there were fewer customers, so I apologized for Numata. I'm sorry about earlier. I'm sorry for causing you trouble.
It's okay. There are lots of troublesome customers like that. I'm used to it. You look tired, so I just stepped in.
That's true, but it's my job, so I can't cause you trouble.
It's important to be flexible and adapt to the situation. If you don't understand, lend me your face for a bit.
After that, I was taken to a bar again, and as the drinks went down, I told her about my time at my old workplace. And after I told her about how I decided to quit because of Numata's treatment...
Good boy, good boy. You're working hard.
Huh? Miyano must have been drunk. She began petting my head like I was a dog.
Good boy, good boy, good boy!
I got mercy! This person's definitely drunk! For a moment, my heart fluttered with sweet anticipation, but then the pain began to intensify. My neck hurt from having my head patted around, and I came to work. The lobby was filled with people. Noisy voices and hurried footsteps filled the air, and I could see people moving around in a panic. What on earth is going on? Staff were surrounding an old woman. Apparently, she had slipped and fallen on the stairs. She was lying on the ground, holding her leg and grimacing in pain.
Are you okay?
Does it hurt?
Voices were flying everywhere, and the staff hurriedly began to administer first aid. Among them, Miyano was the one who appeared to be the most calm.
It's okay. Just breathe slowly.
Her appearance was like that of a professional medic.
Is there any pain? Is it your leg? How about your head? I'll put some ice on it.
The staff and I were struggling to calm the chaos in the lobby, and to ensure the safety of the elderly, we also needed to calm the worried guests. Everyone, please be calm. There has been an accident, so for your safety, please return to your rooms.
The staff are dealing with the situation, so please be assured.
Eventually, the situation calmed down, and the elderly was able to return to her room in peace. The lobby was filled with smiles of relief.
Good morning, Kurashima. It's been quite the hectic morning.
Good morning indeed. We exchanged greetings once again. As she said, it was a hectic day. That man came again.
Hey, I'm here, Kurashima.
Numata came to the reception desk with a smirk. It seemed that he came to consult with a client he stole from me, but I noticed one strange thing. Numata, isn't the interpreter coming?
Huh? What do you mean?
The client is Antoine Vernon of Vernon International, right? He's French, so I thought an interpreter would be necessary. Oh, did the person in charge change over there too?
Hey, don't joke around! You didn't hire an interpreter, did you? And the emails we've been exchanging so far have been in fluent Japanese!
That's because I've been translating and transcribing the content of the emails so that they're easy for the team to understand. But even after I left, weren't the emails in English or French?
What? Come to think of it, I've been getting a lot of spam in English lately.
What?
Anyway, they're your client, so you deal with them.
I've already resigned, so if you make a bigger fuss than this, I'll have to call the security guards. As a sense of tension filled the hotel lobby, the hotel manager Uozumi appeared. When she saw Numata, she walked over to him with a light step. Numata seemed a little confused by her presence.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Numata?
Uozumi? You were also working at this hotel?
Yes, I was forced to quit because of your harassment.
Numata's expression hardened. I couldn't hide my surprise at Uozumi's words.
After this incident, I will be exercising my authority and ban you from entering the hotel from now on.
Numata tried to argue, but Uozumi's eyes showed her unwavering determination. Numata couldn't say anything in response to that. I called out to Vernon, who was left behind in the unfolding story. Excuse me, but may I have a moment of your time? At Uozumi's instruction, I led Vernon to a quiet room away from the lobby. By any chance, do you speak French? Yes, I can speak a little French. I studied abroad when I was a student, and I'm still learning it. That's wonderful! We've been communicating through an interpreter up until now, but it's very nice to be able to speak directly. Actually, I've been corresponding with you all this time. Vernon was delighted to learn that I was a former business partner. He was unable to say goodbye to me in person because he was taken away by Numata. I'm sorry that this deal has failed, but if you're here, I'll continue to use this hotel. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you again. In the end, Numata's negotiations with the client ended in failure. It was probably something that was obvious even before they started. Numata's company was banned from the hotel, and Numata was made to take responsibility and transferred to a different region. Apparently, other employees also made complaints about his power harassment. I heard from Kaito that at his new place of work, he's working alone in a warehouse with no colleagues or subordinates. Hey Kaito, the reason why you introduced me to the company... Numata took all the credit for himself, even though Uozumi was the one who was doing everything. And he treated Uozumi like she was useless and got her fired. I couldn't forgive him for that. So when you got into the same kind of trouble, I couldn't stand it. I see. You're really talented, so I was confident that you would do well at Uozumi's company. So I introduced you to her. Thanks. Thanks to you, I didn't have to become a NEET. This workplace has also been purified. I was working at the reception desk and looked at with discriminatory eyes, but after I started dealing with foreigners, the way the other employees looked at me changed. And Uozumi told me this.
The decision has been made to launch an internal sales department. I'd like you to join the team.
Me?
I highly value your language skills and sales experience, and your sales experience are very high valued. Your presence is essential for the development of the business.
I decided to accept the opportunity while thanking Uozumi. When I told Vernon that I would no longer be working as a receptionist at the hotel, he gave me an unexpected response. He said that he wanted to hear what I had to say as a business partner, and gave me a positive response. I felt as if my hard work had paid off. On the other hand, Miyano, my senior colleague at the reception desk, was told that she would be transferred to a different department, just like me, but she said she would continue working at the reception desk. Apparently, she gained her confidence back by working with me. I respect her decision, and in my heart, I was developing feelings other than that. As the busy day came to an end and the lobby quieted down as people left, I summoned up my courage and approached Miyano. Thank you for everything, Miyano.
It's been a whirlwind. Good work.
Before I leave, I want to say one thing. I cleared my throat to relax my nerves. Sakura, I like you. Through this job, I've come to realize how wonderful you are. Will you stay with me from now on?
Me?
She was clearly shaken, but in the end, she looked at me as if she had given up.
I like you too, Togo.
Yes!
Hey, be quiet!
With a loud smack, my head was spinning and I could see the stars for a moment. And my relationship with Sakura began. Although it was a short period of time, we were together every day at the reception desk, and our mutual presence became something pleasant. One day, at a cafe on a holiday, soft sunlight was streaming into the shop, and a calm atmosphere was in the air. We were looking at brochures.
Hey, where do you think would be a good place to go on a trip?
Where would you like to go? It's our first trip together, so I want to go somewhere special.
Should we go overseas? With you, we could go anywhere in the world.
With you, we won't have any troubles with any Japanese dialects.
We're so good together.
Yeah,
Going around the world isn't a dream then.
that's a bit... Looking at Sakura, we might actually do that one day. I thought she was cute and stroked her head like she had done to me one day.
Wasn't that lovely? Like and subscribe for more videos. See you again!